Hello YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is City Skylines Strategy and Tactics episode 81. So you might have noticed something a little bit different from last time to this time. Yeah, I got rid of the double tree, Whipping Willow zone here, and I decided, you know what, I do need a double tree zone here, because I mean, look at this. Oh, by the way, I also named this little patch of land up here Cimarora, yet another zone for us. And this whole thing, I have a plan. I've been doing a lot of planning between the last episode and this one, and I have an idea of what I want to do, a strategic approach here. But it does involve splitting the highway off here, because not doing that would be rather hazardous to my mass transit health. So, yeah, we gotta get a T intersection here. There's no avoiding it. And it's gonna be a little trickier because we have this tunnel system here that sort of breaks it off to over here. And I don't want to disrupt that. I do not want to disrupt that. So I pretty much have this little strip of land right here to work with, as far as intersections go. I'm gonna try something here. A little something. This is an experiment in progress, so this might go smoothly, this might go not so smoothly, but it is an experiment nonetheless. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of that highway here, back to my highway tool, and we don't need the noise cancelling flavor. Make you elevated for a period of, well, not time, but of distance, rather. And actually, I do want to separate you a little bit from here, and then send you back down to the ground. So now we've got two different highway elevations to work with, and now we can go sort of over under it a little bit more easily. Now, just for planning purposes. And actually, you know what, I think I'm going to, well, I'm not going to delete the train station, but I'm probably going to move it once I've decided where I want to put my stuff. Yeah. Actually, yeah, why don't I'll delete it. I let some time cook between now and then, so I will, I'll get my money back on that. Well, no, I didn't get any money back on that, but I'll have enough money for another one! Yay, economic frugality, or lack thereof. Anyway, so what we want to do, just to keep my brain in check here, so we want a highway going up here, and just a highway going down here. These are just placeholders, just so that I can keep the three-way intersection organized in my brain. Okay, so someone coming up from here needs to be able to plug into each of these. So if we bring you, well, hang on, if we just bring you, now what is this space already occupied nonsense? You're supposed to be able to dive under it, unless there's a thing under it. Right, what if I go to a curved? There's got to be a way to do this. There's gotta. Let's try it from this side. Yeah. And obviously reverse your polarity. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. There we go. Alright, so that's you going up this way. Now you need a way to get up here, and that would be through this little lovely right here. Beautiful. And now same idea goes to here. If we have you start, hang on, let me check where the thing is. There's just a car kind of floating there. Space already... What is this space already occupied by? Please enlighten me. There is no space that is already occupied. Seriously, what is... that's curving the wrong way, though. There we go. Well, actually, no, that's not really curving the right way. Whatever. Either way, you can come over here. Also, I do apologize if some of you are seeing some lag or some lower frame rates on my videos as of late. I am very slowly creeping towards my computer's limits. Yeah, that's going the right direction. No. Yes? Yeah, I was right the first time. There we go. I'm creeping towards my computer's processing limits here. You know, this might not be a bad intersection here. I'm gonna just need to do the logic test here to make sure that I've got all of my directional bases covered. Yeah, and then if you want to come onto here, come down like that. Okay, so someone going this way wants to turn left, they just turn left. Someone going this way wants to, well, that's the only real way they can interact with this. Somebody coming from here can just go down here. If they want to, yeah, and that's the only way they can do. Now from up here, if they want to go right, they just go right. If they want to go left, they go left. Yeah, you know what? That's a lot less painful than this whole nonsense. So yeah, here's my tip for the day: the one up T intersection. I should have been using this a lot sooner, but hey, I just developed it and hope you guys can benefit from it. The one up. Now, before I declare any kind of victory here, we'll see how traffic treats this beast. This little whoop might be trying. We'll see how the traffic behaves. But yeah, there, born out of necessity. Let me trim you guys back just to give myself more room with my double tree zone here, and I'm gonna do the traditional double tree zone. So if it means having you guys root around a little bit more, then so be it. It's a lot less fussy when you don't. I should have done that a little bit further down, shouldn't I? Well, you know what? I'll adjust it, or rather make it adjust. I'll just have it curve around. Because I want to be able to fit at least 2. If I can squeeze 3 of these things, probably not. But I do want 2. You know, I wonder if I could do a one-up intersection up here. Because that would actually work out a lot better-ish. No, not really. The tunnel system is thwarting me doing it exactly where I want it to be done. But you know what? That's okay. We can have suburbs. Suburbs are allowed. And the railway connection works out nicely right there. Beautiful. Okay. So, you... Come on, game, work with me. I know I'm taxing you. It's only going to get a little bit worse. It is not happy trying to churn through a city this large and record at the same time. But I am confident that we can persist here. Height too high? What? Whiskey Tango Foxtrot is this nonsense? You just mean to say I have to put this all the way over here? It'll work. Technically speaking, it'll work. Hell yeah, this is on a big old hill. Like a big old hill. I just want to be able to... Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna pull a little trick from King's Row. That should be okay. And we're going to have the railway just dive under it. So I have the road being the one that goes upwards. Because I want to make sure that I can squeeze in my rail station without you know, not being able to have the road do what it needs to do. Like so. Boy, that's ugly. But I'll take it. I'll take it. Actually, we could do something a little bit more elegant than this. We can do something more elegant. Let's plug the railway in first. Yeah, we'll send you down to the ground. Get you down there sooner rather than later. There. It's an interesting... Yeah, this is definitely a hilly area. I will give it that. All right, so you're gonna be that. Actually, no, we can do curvy. I'm okay with curvy in this case. You know, we'll give it the maximum amount of room. There, that's good. I'll trim back the other way here, and then yeah, you will just separate out and go the other way here. So actually, yeah, let me just actually have you just turn on edge snapping, draw a straight line. Sheesh. Well, it is kind of nifty to have a DoubleTree zone where like one half of the tree is up on a giant hill, and the other half isn't. It's on the lowlands here. So you know that kind of works. Kind of gives it a little building on the hill here feel. All right, come on, plug your end in there. No. Oh, you were perfect for just a second. Oh, game. Yes. There, perfect. Yeah, plenty of space for some suburbs or something over there. Actually, I do have a literal thing in mind for what I want this area to be doing. But yeah. Actually, you know, we could have the railway stay lifted up and just have it go over. That would probably look a little better. And just have the highway be the one sticking to the ground. So we will get our sister highway here. And make it curvy just to make it flow a little bit better. Slope too steep? What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense? Come on, you were working for me a minute ago. Alright, fine. We'll just draw you out. Ooh, actually, I have a rather cute idea. There. I'll show you the cute idea later, but all right, hang on. Let's repair this. There. That's not so bad. we do want a way for these two to turn around. Which is fine, actually. Actually, no, they can turn around up there if they really want to, so... Although that could cause problems. Well, we'll play it by ear, depending on how the traffic shakes out. Yep. Come on, right? Nope, nope. Yeah, there we go. That is how we do it. There. Beautiful. Nice little interweaving of stuff over here. Now I can see why it says height too high for trying to place it over here. But we should be okay. You know, it's a slight modification on what we normally do, but we'll survive, I think. Alright, well, we can't forget our stuff here. And actually, I think what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till I build up some more money. That is what I'm going to do. Actually, I have an idea in terms of just flow of goods here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make... I know I've been holding off on commercial. I'm going to make this a double commercial zone. A double tree, all commercial zone right here. That's going to be... It's not going to be quite as big as Steel Canyon or Independence Port. We're not going to go completely bonkers with it. And in fact, I might even make... Well, I wouldn't make an industry in this column, but I might have the industry spread to, well, at least this area right here. Because that seems kind of right for it, and they'd still be close enough to benefit from our from that. But yeah, that seems to be what do right now. Flip you over there so you're rotating correctly. Excellent. All right. And then yeah, since this is going to be commercial, what I will do, first off, you need to get upgraded to 2 lanes. Can I upgrade this type? Why can I not upgrade this type? Oh, are you already 2 lanes? You are already 2 lanes. Beautiful. Why are you bidirectional though? That may be problematic. I might need to turn this into unidirectional. In fact, I probably should. Although there are things clearly coming the other direction. Well, we'll see what the traffic patterns do. I think what I'll do is I will have a line split off over here. There we go. Like that. And have you plug into that. Because that will be a really good way for goods to make it to market over here. And I think this little over here might be a great way for a great segue into our extended industrial area. Yeah, it's going to stink up the place a little bit, but that's okay. There's enough roadage over here. The only one that's really going to whine about it is going to be like this strip of people, but they're a commercial zone, so it's not like they're going to be going constantly to the hospital. Yeah, that'll work out nicely. And here, just as a one going the other direction here, just to sort of fill in the gaps here. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. And then yeah, you guys. In fact, since I'm focusing on industry here, you guys will all be industry down here, since you're kind of already doing your thing, and you're essentially close enough to that. Yeah, you're that. You're that, and then the rest of you are going to be all commercial zones. Let me run some water out there. How are we on services? Nothing. Well, you know what? They're going to get some services from the commercial areas once I start providing them here. So I'm not going to build services just for this little nook over here. Is there any resources over here? Can these be specialized? Is it a good idea to specialize them? Little bit with the farms over here. I could do a little bit with the farms. Just a touch. And there's a big old ore patch over here. Not doing industry there, but I might throw a few farms down in this little area up here just to cut down the pollution a little bit, and then just stick with more traditional industries down south over here. Why not? Why not? Just a little bit's not gonna kill the region. Gonna have some ditch diggers. All right, so yeah. So let's, we're not really going to be able to see how the traffic shakes out here. Game? Huh. My game is starting to complain at me here. So I think I'm going to end the episode here before it crashes on me. So in our next episode, we're going to get our commercial zones developed properly. And get to see how our traffic patterns emerge, and also build back a little bit more money, because I kind of need that to continue my expansion here. So if you like this episode and want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, your feedback is always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya.